Hey there, and welcome to checking out the Lizard Squadron of Bakunin Pilot from the old bootleg range, which I believe is N2, but it might even be older than that. I'm not sure. Either way, she's a true 25mm, and she's in their kind of fine cast, super detail range of staff, and it's the only kind of proper Lizard Pilot model that they have done. So I'm just going to go through all the pieces with you. So we've got the components, we've got two arms, the main body, separate leg, the faceplate from your Lizard Squadron actual tag, and the neck piece, which is part of also of the tag. And then also down here we've got a little tiny lizard dude, so that she has a friend. So we'll just take a closer look at all of these and see what needs doing to clean them up. Here we've got the main body then, and we've just got the release point here. There is another release point around the back here. It looks like the tip of the hair was also used as a release point because there's a slight bit of flashing there. And there's no cast lines so to speak of, except for a slight one on the back edge of the left thigh here. And then the injection point seems to be through the foot, which is also where the connection point for the base is. This is the kneeling leg on the right leg. Again, ejection point, got release point, release point, release point on the knee. No real cast lines to speak of, except, well, a ever so slight one running down that front ankle there. But apart from that, it's a very clean piece of casting. Two very dainty little arms. You can see there's a significant piece of injection there, with flash, but only on the injection. No cast lines to speak of, and just the one bit of release, but I assume there was another release point here, but there's not really any flashing coming out of that release point. So teeny weeny and dainty, but very well casted. On the Lizard faceplate then, I've got the injection point. It looks like there might be another injection or release point here, but it's very cleanly removed. There's a slight, not what you can see, release point here, and then there is a cast line that runs across the face of it, but it's pretty clean that to one side. Here's the neck piece then. It has a distinct cast line running around it. This is either a mounting point, I think it's meant to be a mounting point, but it's been cut very closely, which makes it actually slightly awkward as a mounting point, and it's got a bit of flash around it which needs cutting away. If you do want to use that as a mounting point, though, I think I'll just cut it off cleanly and use the flat surface of this as the contact point, because I think that'll work perfectly well. And then you've got this release point here. Oh, and that again, very, very cleanly done. Finally then we have the Lizard. He's teeny weeny, as you can see by the tip of my allspike. Finding it very difficult to get him so you can even see him. Very well made despite being teeny weeny. I might do a slight couple of alterations. Sorry if this is losing focus. And as you can see, she's got the single injection point, which is also his attachment point, attaching to the base. I want to make his tail really big, and I want to give him ears, and then he will be the cat bear, which is also the icon on the side of the lizard that I've painted, so it will actually be Cat Bear Squadron. So yeah, there you have it. That's all of your components. So I'll get them cleaned up and I'll be back in a moment with them all assembled. We have them then completely assembled. I've assembled the Lizard Squadron tag parts separately from the Lizard Squadron Pilot. That's because actually I'm going to use those tag parts probably as a centerpiece for a piece of scenery rather than as part of the miniature. I think she makes a pretty dynamic running pose. I've sort of rotated her leg as far away from sideways. If you look in the picture, that leg in there, you can see there's a gap right in there. I'm not too fussed about the gap. I thought about filling it, but I don't think it's necessary. But I think it gives a fairly decent dynamic running pose where she's sort of turning and maybe starting to vault over a wall or something. But she's come out pretty good. She'll stand up pretty good. And just like I said I would do, I have sort of by divoting in on the side of his head, so kind of create ears. And then I've used a little bit of green stuff just to boof out his tail. So it's, if you look at a cat bear, a red panda, its tail is approximately the same size as its body. And so that's what I've done with that. So I'll paint that mascot up as that now. So I'll have the mascot still on the base with her. Also, obviously she's got the little cat ears, or in this case red panda ears, which will go white with a pink interior. And that's all ready to paint up now, so next time I'll be cracking on with painting her. So I hope there's been some interest use to you and you're cracking out the stuff and getting them cleaned up really easily. Thank you for watching, have a good one and take care. Bye bye.